What is going on, guys? Blazesamurai here, and this is Building the End, episode 2. If you haven't seen episode 1, it's about all the grade 1s in the end, except for these two right here, because I'm talking about these two right now. So, Building the End, a series where I teach you all about every single card that's possible that you can play in the end. And hopefully you guys can learn a few things and like this video if you like it, and yeah. So, Aermo and Gojo. If you play the end, like me, after playing it since the first week it came out, you would know that these two cards are very, very important to the deck itself. I would say without these cards, I would not be hitting my cross right off as much as I would. You can't really draw into your grade 1, 2, and both overlords that early game without additional help like these two. So, these two are very, very crucial in the deck. But the question that I had a lot was, which one do I play? Do I play Aermo or Gojo or none or both, and how many? So that's what this video is about. There are many pros and cons of each card. For example, Aermo sees only 6k as compared to Gojo with 7k, and Gojo plus the end is 20k column, which is really good. But on the other hand, Gojo, to use this effect, you have to tap it, and that's losing 7k booster. Losing your opponent could save a 10k shield potentially. Now that is one disadvantage, and with Aermo, a disadvantage is it has to hit. So if they block it, then he's just a 6k booster that does nothing. So yeah. Now which one do I play? Well, as you can see, they are both sleeved, double sleeved on my deck. That means I play both. Well, I've been testing this whole thing out, Aermo and Gojo, since day 1, basically, and I have come to the conclusion that it is like 90% player preference, and 10% it doesn't matter, honestly. Different people have different play styles. Some people like to attack the rear guards more, some people like to attack the vanguards more. And playing the end, there's so many different ways to play it. There's no possible way for me to tell you which one's better, Aermo or Gojo. But my playstyle, how I play the deck, is I play one of each, as you can see right there, since they're both in sleeves. That is personally me, my playstyle. That's what I have come to like when I actually tested it out. Because cards like these are mainly player preference, and to figure out player preference cards like these and just what your playstyle is, you have to playtest them. You have to honestly, legitimately playtest. Watching YouTube videos won't help unless you playtest with these cards. Like maybe one day or 1 week, play 1 or 2 Aermos, and then the next time you're locals or whatever, play 1 or 2 Gojos, see how that works, compare them, see what your results were, how you liked the games, and play maybe 1 of each or 2 of each, whatever you want. And then see how it works for you. That's how you play test. That's how I did it, and that's how I come to realize I play 1 of each. Now, how I play these and how you play them might be a little bit different. I would always use Conroe's effect to search for Aermo. Turn 2, whenever you take your first damage. And then put Aermo behind the vanguard. So, early game, he could get a few hits off and use this effect to cycle to get your, get your grades if you don't have them, but mainly, get your overlord, and, possibly even your the end. Now, that is 90% what I do with Aermo. So why do I play Gojo? Well, when I search for Aermo with Conroe, I have 1 Gojo left in the deck, and he just sits there, and either A, I don't draw him, so he's irrelevant, or 2, when I do draw him, most likely late game, I will put him on the back corner, either the right-hand side or the left-hand side, doesn't matter. And just 7k booster is really good. It makes 19k with Burning Horn, which is really good, and at least 16k with everything else, which is really good. And sometimes if I let the grade 2 in front of it die off, he can just sit there and use effect off. He's not useless or anything. So that's what I do with that. Now that's 90% of the time. The other 10% of the time is when I'm facing either the Yen Mirror Match or Phantom Blast Overlord, the cross ride. Then I would use Conroe to search for Gojo. Now, I say this 10% of the time because that is only 2 decks I would do this against. And everything else I would use Aermo. And most of the time I don't play the Mirror matches or Shadow Paladins at my locals. But I put this in my deck just in case for regionals. I don't know how many people play the end. I expect a lot of people to play the end, so Gojo, yeah. So back to my point. Use Conroe, search for Gojo, put Gojo behind the Vanguard. I did this because the 7K is 1,000 more than the 6K Aermo, and that may not seem like a lot, but against a cross-ride deck, it does for a few reasons. One, turn 3 when you ride Overlord, this is 18K, which is, as you should know, the magic number for cross-ride, so that hits. And yes, the end is 13, and by 7 that is 20K, and he's also 19K by Aermo, so that also hits cross rides. But what I like about this is this is alright guys, sorry about that. Ran out of battery. And so back what I was saying. Gojo 7 and the end is 13, so that's 20, and that hits majority of the rear guards. So whenever you're attacking the rear guards, get its effect off, chances are it'll go off a lot more. But what really makes Gojo shine against cross-ride decks is, let's say if things don't always go what you planned, and you just have Reg Overlord, and you don't have the end, then this is still 18K, and you can still have a good advantage over the whole game with just 18K. Even though you don't have the cross-ride off, you still have 18K column to attack the Vanguard, which is cross-ride. Or maybe if you just have Overlord and you missed the cross-ride because you didn't get the regular Overlord, this is still 18K once again. So you can still have, you're not like automatically gonna lose. You still have a good chance of winning against cross-rides, which is the main reason why I use Conroe's effect to search for Gojo against the mirror match and cross-rides. And as more cross-rides come out, again, it'll change my decks and stuff. But that's mainly all there is about Gojo and Aermo. Like I said, it's mostly player preference. Like I constantly ask this question to people, and a lot of people just play like two Gojos. Some people just play 2 Aermos. Some people play both. It's how you like to play Vanguard, the game itself. Vanguard is a game that is majority of the decks and stuff is player preference. That's why a lot of people don't like this game, is because you have to legitimately test out a lot of different cards, and because most of it is player preference. There's not always a better card. It's just how you like to play the game, and that's what makes Vanguard interesting. Is everybody plays it different, so everybody's deck is different. You can't always net deck card for card on a deck. That's true for many games, but in Vanguard, player preference is a huge impact on decks than in any other game that I've played before. And so yeah, that's hopefully you guys enjoyed episode 2 of Building the End. Maybe in a few days or next week I'll be doing grade 2s, talking about all the different grade 2s you can play. And yeah, Blaze Samurai, like, subscribe. Check out my tournament journal I'm doing in a few days, and check out my Facebook page. Definitely check that out and like it. I'll be doing a lot of stuff on there, a lot of fun stuff, and it honestly doesn't take that much time or effort to like a Facebook page. So if you do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, the Blaze Samurai. Peace out, YouTube.